We are live. Yo, let's go. Countdown, countdown.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Another comic shop. Wait, hold on. Why my thing stop? There we go. Once again, if you haven't done so yet, remember to repost the room. We are live, we are live, we are live. Let's go.
She asked if she could see what's in the vault, Told her I could show you my collection if you want, If you got the time, I could show you how it's done. Get you anything you like, baby, we could run it up.
Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up.
I could show you my collection if you want,
Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? Yo, I want to welcome everyone to the space tonight. Oh, we got a good one. We got a very special guest, our very own Veve Magic in the building. My name is Emoji. I'm here with my co-host E-Boogie, RX6, Propagandist, and together we're bringing a little something we like to call the Comic Shop. We do this every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to repost the live stream, because that will be the first qualification for our giveaway that we do every week of a random Veve digital collectible. So if you haven't done so yet, I will pin that to the top in just a sec. Make sure you post the live stream. But in the meantime, I want to give a special shout out to everybody in the space right now. Appreciate y'all for coming through. And let me say what's up to everybody. We got X in here, we got Bug in here, we got Magic. Magic, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. You're still behind the curtain. But let me say what's up to Bug and X real quick. How y'all doing?
Yo, what's going on? You got me?
I got
Yo.
you. I got you.
Can you hear me?
How's that? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You got me?
Okay. Yeah. How's everything?
Man, good. Chilling. Good week so far. Almost a weekend, right? So that's a good thing. But how are you? Everything's good over here, though.
I'm good. We got everything working, everything running today. It seems. Yep, the stream is up. I'm about to pin that to the
live stream. We got the live stream labeled, right?
up. Yo, wait, hold on. I gotta make sure. Everything is up. So let me do this. So there's no misunderstandings. All right. So first thing I'm gonna pin to the top is I'm going to pin a copy of where you can find the book that we're going to be covering today, which is Uncle Scrooge, and the Infinity Dime, which was surprising, but we'll get into that. And then the next one I'm going to pin is the rules. So once again, for everyone in here, it is written out, but one of the first qualifications in order to qualify to win the giveaway today for a random Veve digital collectible, and they've been giving out some SRs too, is you have to repost the live stream, which I did just pin that up right now. That is the third one. It's the visual component, which is live. Since we're reviewing comics, it's kind of like, vital to have a visual component to it so you can see the art as we review these. So make sure to repost the live stream. That is the first qualification to enter into the giveaway for today. But yeah, man, we got the live stream. I have no clue what was like. Well, actually, no, I know what was not working, but I don't know why it wasn't working last week. So we could have technically streamed last week, but I wasn't getting any sound back in my end, which is weird.
I mean, it's all good. We got Veve Magic here, so you know what I
That's
mean. I mean, we don't gotta worry about what happened last week. You got it right for this one, so we good.
That's true. But X is up. X, how you doing, man?
So what's going on? I'm not in Colorado right now on a family trip, so my time zone is a little different, but I have to still pop in. Say what's up.
No worries. That's like what, 3 hours difference?
Yeah, 2 hours. That's why when I completely forgot. Then Ernest texted me So I was like, all right, cool, I'm good.
Nah, no worries, bro. But everything's good by you.
Yeah, everything's cool, man. This is my first time out here, just taking in the fresh air. We checked out the mountains today, did some hiking, so it's pretty cool.
Okay, cool, cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Well, oh dang, yo, this why is this like bugging out? All right, let me let's try this again. Let's try this again. Nope, that did not work. All right, I'm gonna do this. But have you guys heard from anything from Prop yet?
No, not at all, not at
No.
all. But
All
I
right, all
mean,
right.
you know, could be on a flight somewhere. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true. All right, I wanna let me. I wanna bring Magic out, but I'm perusing through different different tracks. All right, this I think this one is it. I think this is fitting. All right, are you ready, Magic? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Ready to come out? Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank everyone in attendance for being here today. We have a very special guest in the building. Yo, shout out Randy Chavez in the chat. It's good, chat. Yo, very special guest. She's been one of the biggest fans, Disney fans, that I think I've ever met. I don't think I could say one. I think I could just say the, right? I think at this point I can say the, right? The amazing one and only Veve Magic in the building. I want to say, first off, I want to say, Magic,
Yes,
how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm happy that you were able to make this. I'm happy that we were able to cover some Disney content for this. So I'm excited. I'm in. Oh, and we got the Veve handle in here. Yo, see Magic. You bring magical things. Bring magical things where you go.
I don't know about that. You do that all on your own.
But I do appreciate you for coming through. And from my understanding, this was your first, like, I guess, like, comic book that you got to read, or
So technically, it's the second one that I've read through front to back. I did also read the Addiction #1, but most of them I just kind of collect and keep keep in my little app, and I don't read them very often. But I really enjoyed this one, and it made me think like, what am I doing? I need to be reading more of these things. This is fun.
it was surprising, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny because I didn't know what to expect going into it, because I was just like, all right, it's gonna be a Disney, thing. Because we're so used to reading, like, the Marvel comics of people getting, like, their heads chopped off and everything like that. So I'm like, it's a Disney comic. But it was definitely surprising. And we'll dive into it when we go into the review of it. Oh, shout out Doctor Strange in the chat. What's good, bro? But before we get into it, we normally, like, kind of, like, give initial thoughts. Not too much, not too spoilery, because we will go into. Mhm.
Before we do that, I have a couple questions anyway.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
hey, Magic. You never read any Marvel books? I mean, well, Disney books, even the ones that came out before with the Marvel twist on it that everyone was purchasing. I have a couple of them. I forgot what they're called. Was it like the What If or a couple things like that? But you never read any Disney books? Because me neither. This would be my first one on Veve as well. But
Yeah.
nothing before.
No, I have the whole run of the first what if series they did celebrating Disney 100. I bought 20 of each of those books, and I've been getting them. I'm trying to get a 9.8 of every single one. I just got a shipment this week, and I think they sent me three 9.6s, so I'll have to resubmit.
Ooh.
Yeah, but no, I've just collected them. I really like the covers. Like I have quite a few comic books when I go to Disney, or my local, comic book shop. I'll buy comics, and I love the art and I love the covers, but I just like want to preserve them, and I kind of leave them be.
Okay, that's great. That's great because I have a couple that I have to get graded too. But I noticed the spine on a book
Yeah.
that's what's messing it up because
Yep.
it's the spine gets white and it's not the same color as so that's what's messing it up. Okay,
Exactly.
so I have another question. Who is your all-time favorite Disney, Pixar, whatever character?
Oh man, Boogie, that's like making
No,
me.
you gotta pick it. You gotta do it.
I can't. That's making me choose between children. I can't. I've got
That's
this.
a good way to put it. That was a good way to put it. But I'm not,
I'll
okay.
give
So
you mine to make it easy. I'll give you mine. I'm a big Goofy fan. Like Goofy is like always my favorite.
You said Goofy?
yeah, he said
Yeah,
Goofy.
Goofy. Like the Goofy movie was like everything.
Oh, oh yeah, that was
So
goaded.
is it
That was
Goofy or
goaded.
Max?
Oh, Goofy all the way.
Okay.
Max is cool, but yeah, Goofy for sure.
Okay. So Magic, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you a pass on that, but you have to do favorite Disney movie now. You got to give us a favorite movie.
Yo,
At
that's like
least.
the same thing.
But we didn't do character. I figured character was like a little more deep. I feel like movie. Okay.
Yo, Magic, imagine you're stranded on a desert island and you can only bring one Disney movie with you to watch for the rest
Well,
of your life.
part of the
What would it be?
problem
That's tough.
part of the problem is, and I go through phases where I'll watch one on like repeat for a while, and then I'm like, okay, time to move on. I'll watch another. Like with my kids when they were really little, we would get
Mm,
hooked on like monsters, and we watched it over and over, and then we get hooked on Toy Story over and over and over, and then like with my daughter, we went through the princess phase and went through Tangled over and over and over. Like so it's hard, and plus, I always have a hard time answering this question because the catalog is so big
ridiculous.
that it's so easy to forget a lot of the movies. Like I would say one of my top old school favorite movies.
That's where I was going. Old school, new school. Then you got to
Yeah,
give us an
one of
old
my
school, new
top
school.
old school would be Robin Hood.
Oh, see what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Great choice.
that earworm of a whistling song, man, is a jam. That is a jam. Um, I love Mary Poppins. Like that's just such an iconic movie.
I like Mary
Um,
Poppins a lot.
a lot of people probably haven't even watched it, but Pete's Dragon, I remember watching so much as a kid. I loved that movie. I watched it like not that long
Not
ago.
sure
I was
if
like,
I'm familiar with that. What's kind of the storyline for that? Quick.
it's about this. Well, there's also been a remake of it too, like a live action, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, little boy and his dragon, and the dragon. Everyone thinks basically that it's invisible, like, or that it's like an imaginary friend, and the dragon like gets him into trouble and stuff, but the dragon ultimately like cares for him and protects him, but he can
Mm,
turn himself invisible whenever he wants, but he is a real dragon, but nobody can see him unless yeah, wait, yeah, unless Elliot wants to be seen. So Elliot is the name of the dragon and Pete is the name of the little boy. And I don't know, that one just always tugged at my heartstrings. And one of the, I guess probably the oldest known Disneyland parade is the Electrical Light Parade, and that's my favorite float in it because they have this huge dragon with these thousands and thousands of lights, and he breathes smoke out of his nose, and then it's
wow.
called Razzle Dazzle, and he all the lights go out, and so he turns invisible, and it's so stinking cute.
I have to
Okay.
watch. Yeah, I have to watch that. That is one
I've
that I
never
haven't
watched that
seen. Yeah,
Emoji, you would actually like it. It's a musical,
I mean, aren't most? I mean, most Disney's movies are
but
musicals.
it's like it feels very musical because it's mainly
Hmm.
it's very old, but it's mainly a live film with actors, and they sort of superimposed
With the
Elliot in
dragon.
the film.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember. I've seen it before. Like I've seen clips of it. I've even seen it when I was younger, like to rent. I just never actually watched it. I have a few movies like Disney movies that I have no clue why I've never seen. And two of the top ones that I have no clue why I've never seen are Bambi and Sleeping Beauty.
What? How have you
Yeah,
not seen?
I have no, I don't know. Like it's one of like I don't know why I haven't seen it because it's always been around. Lilo and Stitch I didn't see until like probably like 3 months ago, and I own Lilo
About
and Stitch.
That's
what about
crazy.
Land Before Time?
Oh,
The
of
Lamb
course. Yeah,
Before
Land.
Time.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've seen Land for a time over and over again. But that's not a Disney movie, is it?
Yeah, I didn't know those were Disney. Like, when you're inside, oh wow, it's so.
What? Boog, you're kind of like
No, that was
low, or is that X?
no, that was X. That has
Oh,
little
okay.
background noise and whatnot. But Land Before Time. That was a major movie. That
It
was a
was.
major movie. That was. I mean, see that's the thing. I'm not even thinking about this stuff until you're naming this stuff.
Hmm.
So you gave us a couple of old school.
Yeah,
What's
and
the
that's
new
why
Um,
it's impossible for me to pick a favorite because when you actually like go through a list and see all the movies, you're like, oh my gosh, there's like it's hundreds to choose from. It's so hard.
And
Um,
what is the
absolutely.
biggest? And before, since you did bring that up, I know I asked you another question, but
yeah,
what is the biggest Disney movie? Because I is it gonna be Lion King? Because I could swear Toy Story is like a major, like that was a major, like
what do you mean biggest as in like most successful?
yeah, like almost most successful.
I think it might be Frozen. Honestly, I don't know
From
the stats,
yes.
but I think
Probably
it might be
Frozen.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Mm.
Low key.
Oh,
I actually got chills when I saw Frozen in theaters, and I was like grown at the time, but there was something
But
about Frozen that
Frozen's good, but
yo.
is it better than like Monsters Inc. at the time? Was it
And
better
and
than Toy Story at the time?
well,
I thought
also too, it was
Frozen's
chilly. It was chilly in the theater, right? Like they was cranking the AC.
great. Here we go.
And no, I'm telling you, like it helped the experience. It really helped the experience when she started singing on the mountain. Like, there's something about like I feel like I love every single song in that
did they have
movie.
fake snow too?
Yeah, like this
No,
is
but
like
I
the
was looking
experience.
around. I felt like there was something falling on me. It might have just been the ceiling. It was an old theater,
Or
but
tears?
yeah. But Frozen was unique. Frozen was
And
unique.
also, let's not forget that Inside Out 2 has just like smashed it.
Yeah, I
Like
Yeah,
that
watched
movie
that.
did incredibly well. I have not seen it yet, but it has done incredibly well.
I
I
think
haven't seen
Janie
part
has
two
been
yet.
like raving about it. Like she really loves it, from what Max has said. So
I know my daughter's seen it, and they keep telling me we have to watch it. So I know that. But we've seen the first one, but yeah, I do have to watch the second one for sure. But like I said, so you're gonna have to give us new school. But Toy Story has to be like up there with like if you had to choose between Frozen, Toy Story,
but Toy
which
Story
one do
don't
you
got no
fully
music.
saw? Toy Story is a what? I still see grown people
Nah, you
on the
can't say that. They
highway.
don't sing, but
Yeah, I still
There's
see grown.
music, but
still
it's
good songs
yeah,
in Toy Story.
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, see,
have you
Boogie,
guys
I
been on the highway with the Woody holding the buzz from the bumper? I've seen this. Grown people are still riding around like this, and
oh yeah,
every time I
I've
see
seen
that,
that too. Yeah, I've
it,
seen that
it,
too.
it does a little something to me. Like
it's
I
so
don't know.
cute. Yeah, see, this I can do. If you give me either ors or like a multiple choice, I can do that. For me, definitely Toy Story, definitely.
There we go. See,
Okay.
that was iconic. That was Toy Story is just a little bit, and I think Monsters Inc. was a notch below that, but Monsters Inc. It, I don't know. That was a different movie. That was a really
That one was
great movie.
so
Randall,
good.
Sully, my kids can watch that it's ridiculous. It's that movie was really ridiculous.
Oh wait,
E-
hold on. Max is about to come up because I'm sure because you brought up Toy Story.
Oh yeah. So Boogie, uh, Sully is definitely in like my top 5 for favorite characters.
Oh, there we go. We got you the admit a
Really?
character. Yes,
Oh yeah.
Sully's
Oh yeah.
great.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie though, I'm more of a Mike Wazowski type of guy. I mean, Sully's
Mm.
definitely up there, but
Yeah, I definitely like Mike more. I definitely like
Mike is just like he just sells everything. He's that guy. I don't know.
Mm.
It's
Alright.
funny how you have to say
I'm gonna
first
let
name,
y'all.
last name.
I'm gonna let y'all finish. I'm gonna let y'all finish. But Toy Story is the greatest Disney Pixar movie of all time.
Toy Story, baby.
Oh
Yeah.
man. All right. Well, we do have a new Disney story to kind of like add to our repertoire tonight of Disney catalogs, And before I do that, to give everyone context of pretty much what we're doing, so this is an interactive review. On Mondays, I do post every single book that we're going to be reviewing for today, and anyone that reads it can actually come in and join in on the review. So if you read the book, feel free to come on stage. But if you turn your eyes to the screen, here we go, here we go. Are you a fan of comic books? The Comic Shop has you covered. We do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we review modern comics live in real time with you, our fellow comic book enthusiasts. Feel free to keep up to date with the newest comics by checking out the Veve Comics website. Veve Comics is a digital platform where you can purchase the newest comics from brands such as Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, and more. Purchase and read the standard edition or upgrade to the limited edition with a chance to grab rare variant covers along with other features such as the ability to display your comics in AR or sell them on a secondary market. Take your digital collecting to the next level with Veve Comics, or just visit veve.me for more info on digital collectibles and comics. And if you check out the screen, you can see the website right there. They do have comics that release same day as print on Wednesdays. So soon as they come into your local comic book store, you can actually get them even before your comic book store opens over here. And like I did say, they do have different variants of them. They have the standard one, which is pretty much like buying something on Kindle, or they have limited editions, which, as the name says, they are limited, but with special covers, special variant covers. So feel free to check it out, or visit veve.me to check out more of the stuff that they have when it comes to collectibles and other things. So tonight, what we're reviewing is, and actually, hold on, do I need to turn that down a little bit? I think it's too loud.
Maybe a little
I think
bit.
that's better.
Yeah, a little bit lower.
Lower again?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, all right. So, so this
That's
was
perfect.
okay. So this was interesting to me, and I have the comic up on the live stream. You can check that, everyone in the space. Just check the live stream at the top, and you can see the visual. But this is like this is what they did with this is what Marvel does with the What If stories, but they did this to the story that involves Scrooge McDuck's first appearance, which is why, like, if you have this book, there's two stories in it. So the first one is the What If, and the second story is actually the original story of F.A. Scrooge McDuck and, you know, how he was introduced. And this story kind of like does a branch off of what if certain things didn't happen, where would that have taken Scrooge? Now, initial thoughts, you guys, before we go into, like, you know, really breaking down the comic and reviewing it, what were you guys' initial thoughts before getting into spoilers? Whoever wants to go first.
You got me? My bad. I kind of moved
Yeah,
my
yeah, you good,
location.
you good.
All right, cool. Yeah. I actually thought it was interesting. I didn't. I kind of went into it not trying to judge it or anything. I knew the title kind of gave away because it's a play on the whole Marvel thing, obviously. So I kind of went into it with not knowing what to expect, but kind of knowing it had to deal with something around those realms. But
Mm-hmm.
it actually did. It was very entertaining, I would say. So, like, I want to grade. For me, I want to grade this kind of more like in a not the same way we did the Marvel books, like same grading system, but like I'm taking it in a whole new different light. So, for me, it was very entertaining, and I actually can't wait to talk about some of the funny little things that happened. So, yeah,
Okay,
dope.
okay, cool. X, what was we're gonna save Magic's for last. Magic's thoughts for last. But X, what did you think? Just initial thoughts going into it.
Can you guys hear me? Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Cool. So for this, I kind of like what Boog was saying. Like I didn't know what to expect, but it reminded me a lot of when I was younger. I actually got into comic books by reading the Simpson comic books. So it kind of took me back to that kind of space. Like it's more cartoony, like not get out of the Marvel space, but it was really cool how they kind of like blended the two together, and yeah, it was really interesting. I definitely wasn't expecting it, and full disclosure, like I didn't really watch the Scrooge cartoons growing up. Like I've seen different episodes, so
Oh, like Ducktales.
yeah, like
Okay.
Ducktales. Like I never really. That wasn't like I was like a Cartoon Network kind of Nickelodeon kid.
Mm-hmm.
Disney Channel original movies was always like my jam. So yeah, I wasn't as familiar with these characters as maybe somebody that grew up watching those shows would be.
Okay. I feel you. I feel you. All right. Magic. Your initial thoughts, without going too deep into it, because we'll cover it in the review, but just initial thoughts on this. Were you surprised?
Yeah. I guess I thought that I don't know much about this book and haven't researched much about it at all, really. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess I thought that the first one was going to be like a spin-off and related to the second one, like the original book. And
Mm-hmm.
then I realized, like, okay, they're not really related. I mean, there's some similar themes
Mm-hmm.
in both books, but I liked the fact that you kind of got a two for one, and you could see the difference in styling. You could sort of see a little bit of that Marvel flair in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in the newer one, I loved the art,
Mm.
um, and I also in both, really, there was sort of an all around lesson to be learned that was very similar with both stories, and I really liked that.
I agree with you, and that's actually a point that I'm going to get at a little bit because this is a one shot, right? So, because we actually did review a few one shots, and I'm glad that we're doing more of them because we're kind of getting to see how one shot should be done. Um, Self-contained stories, has a conflict resolution, and I feel like complete and satisfied by the end of reading it. And that's for me. That's what I took from it. Like I thought it was, yeah, and I think it was a good touch having the original one in there, right? Because I read the original first, so I read the second story as for the second one that's in the book, just to understand what happened, right? And then I can see the branch off. But even with that, it's like I felt like this was a complete story. It taught like magic, what you said. It taught a lesson, and a good one at that, right? So let's jump into this, and it starts out with a nice letter from like the author actually talking about how he read these books with his kid, and a lot of these lessons have stood out to him, and that's why they're so special. And you kind of see that in the writing, right, for this. But just to give some context, so the original story with Uncle Scrooge, with how he's introduced, is he kind of he's alone. He only has his money, and he feels like he's missing something. So he invites his relatives over uh, for Christmas, Donald, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And he says that if they're brave, then I'm going to actually give them a real present. And that's kind of like how their bond starts, right? And what happens in that book is, he tries to play a trick on them, and a whole bunch of like cartoony stuff happens with bears, and he, comes to the realization that he can form a bond with them, that they weren't what he had kind of like, well, that's spoiling a little bit too much. But anyway, it ends up with him having a drawing a bond with them, and that kind of like moves into DuckTales and all of that other stuff in the Duck lore. In this book, instead of Donald and Huey, Dewey, and Louie making it to Scrooge's home to visit, they end up getting lost. So they never end up making it there. So Scrooge ends up, becoming continuing down that bitter course, that course of pretty much solitude, and you see it even here with his money vault. He kind of like put put a fence around it and put barbed wire and stuff to keep people out, and he really honed in onto getting all the riches that he could. That was kind of like his goal. That was his focus. That was all he really had, because he didn't have those family ties that he has in the main line of of uh, of Scrooge's story. Just off of that right there with this intro, what did you guys think of that like pivot? Because that's pretty much where the story pivots on the what if scenario. That's the divergence. What did you guys think of that?
What do you mean, like the backstory about basically what you described with the backstory?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I think that was actually cool, and it does give me like how X alluded to. Like I never watch. I won't say I never watched because I did watch them, but
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't like my main thing I watched. But I do know the story. I do know the relationship. So actually reading the FA and going through that was actually cool because it took me back to those that childhood when you're just watching the cartoons and things just come up and you just like when your show goes off and another it runs into another show and you're like, oh God, I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it did give me that whole vibe, and I did always have this love hate relationship with Scrooge. So understanding him and actually seeing him regarding the and as I said, the cartooniness of the whole thing is so funny because it's like him. He's always been serious about this money, diving into his money, everything like that. So it's just like it just gave me that same feeling again as if I was a kid. So I do like the backstory. I do like the understanding of it because I kind of wanted to know how did that come about with him being with his nephews and whatnot, and Donald leaving him there, some the kids there sometimes, and so it actually fleshed out things that I was missing from my
Mm-hmm.
childhood. So it was cool to get that backstory, but and I think it was really clever of them to include that book and this book to
Yeah,
give people
it paints the
that
picture.
filler.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it paints the
yeah,
whole
for
picture.
sure.
Um, did X or Magic? Did you guys want to highlight on just the beginning, this first diversion? Because this is really where the story kind of takes its turn and changes from the original story. Um,
Magic said it before, but I just had to say it again. Like, this is with the art on these pages is what like caught my eye initially, and I was like, whoa, this is actually really dope. So I really love like how the art just kicked off and just put me right into it.
no, feel you. I feel you. Actually, oh, Magic, you dropped your mic. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what I liked about the start of both books is, um, the start of the F.A. Scrooge, sets the scene for the type of person that he is and sort of how he views the world and everybody in it. And sort of like he doesn't need anybody. All he needs is his money. He's obviously that's just his number one thing in life. And I like that when it transitions to the newer book that it sort of picks up there once again before the story starts. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and side note, you guys, if you haven't, you have to watch DuckTales, the movie. It's
Yes.
but it's so good.
I think for me that's why I also enjoyed this so much because I did grow up watching Ducktales. Like I watched a lot of like the Disney Afternoon and stuff like that. So it kind of like hit home seeing like Scrooge kind of go down this path of pretty much the villain, right? And you're starting with that. So going to the next scene, right? Like he discovers this mirror that
Emoji,
uh
before
huh.
you go,
Mm-hmm.
remind everybody to shout
Oh
out to
yes.
the 50 plus people in the live stream, and you know what to do. Tell them what to do.
Oh yes. Once again, letting everyone know that there will be a giveaway tonight for a random Veve digital collectible. That will take place over in the Discord when we move over there. But the first thing that you do need to do to qualify for the giveaway, if it's something that you're interested in entering, is to repost the live stream that is on X. So once again, you can check for anyone that may be also anyone that may be on the YouTube side or on Twitch. Um, just check my socials right there. Official emoji spelled with two eyes. Just go to my X account and repost the live stream, not the space, the live stream. Also, if you are in the space, then it is pinned to the top. It's the most recent pin. So make sure you repost that because that is one of the qualifications in order to enter into tonight's giveaway for a random Veve digital collectible. All right. So, going over to the next scene, right? So he finds in his treasures that he finds this mirror, right? And it's like a mirror between worlds. I think that's what they call it, right? The mirror between worlds. And when he looks into it, he sees another Scrooge, and he's like, "What this one is different, right? It's me." And he realizes that this is like to an alternate universe. And here's where like the whole multiverse thing comes in, like with the Marvel and stuff. And when he does that, he reaches for the dime that that the other Scrooge has. And just for everyone that knows, the dime is symbolic of of Scrooge's wealth. It's the first money that he ever made, and sometimes people may refer to it as his lucky dime, but it it's it's what gave him the strive to continue making money. So that is to him, special because it's what brought him to where he is later in life. So he takes the dime from that Scrooge, and you see what he starts doing from there is he ends up acquiring different dimes to the point where he ends up in the mainline universe or the DuckTales universe, and you see the Scrooge that we know and Huey, Dewey, and Louie in a plane, and you see how the Scrooge, how the enemy. I'm just gonna call him Evil Scrooge. What should I call him? Evil Scrooge, Dark Scrooge.
No, it's his name was no, his name was the all was it the
Scrooge
was it
above all.
Scrooge above all.
The all Scrooge.
Yeah, his name is dope. His name is super dope.
Yo, it's so Marvel. It's but yeah, I think he called himself the Scrooge above all. But yeah, so you see him like jacking Scrooge for his money bin, and he's just taking it, and he has the Beagle Boys working with him, so he has like his own squad of like goons with him, and they're just taking money. But the thing is with this one,
not Marvel. They're henchmen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're not goons. They're not goons. But they're fighting back, right? To get to the Scrooge that we know is fighting back to get his stuff. He even has like attacks, which reminds me of like a shonen anime because he's calling out his attacks while he's doing them. But he finds out that there's another Scrooge that's behind this that's like covered in dimes, and he knocks him out and takes the money. I like this action scene. I like seeing Scrooge fight because I don't think Scrooge fought in DuckTales. Like I don't think he beat people up. So this is my first time seeing Scrooge fight, which I thought was pretty interesting.
That all that paint going on in that page is ridiculous. First of all,
It's beautiful.
like
It's
it's the artwork is like Magic said. It's insane. Honestly, like this is some of the best artwork we've covered so far. But yeah, that is the helicopter. That is just insane, actually.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you said, yeah, never seen him fight like that. But maybe argue. But yeah, it's definitely cool. I do the Scrooge above all. His character looks dope. He has all the dimes on him like that.
With the
that
dimes,
so
it's like
fun.
the rings. It reminds me of
Yeah,
what's his name from the 10 rings
Thanos.
from Marvel.
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean that, but also even the Shang-Chi villain. What's his name? Mandarin? Not Mandarin. That's an orange. I forget his name, but you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm not sure what his name is either.
But that's kind of what it gave me vibes of. But yeah, no, I actually like the look of him too. I like the look of the Scrooge above all.
Yeah, he looks crazy, and to have him with the chain, and one thing I thought of is like, yo, like, he's a step ahead of our Scrooge, right? Because he's already collected all of these
mm-hmm.
dimes, right? So I'm like, yo, this is not a regular Scrooge he's messing with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And while you was reading something, it reminded me, I was like, did Mr. Krabs' character model off of Scrooge right now with this money thing? Because I'm like, there are only two characters that I know that are really like money hungry like this, but that's just a sidebar. Anyway,
yeah,
go ahead.
definitely have similar personalities. X or Magic, do you guys want to highlight on this scene, the fight scene?
I think it's just really dope how like it's the Marvel twist on like for me, I wasn't expecting to see these characters like this, so it's just cool like for them to add some action from like like a character like Scrooge McDuck. Like I wouldn't think he'd be in a position like this either, so it was just really cool.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, I could just echo what you guys said about the actual fight itself. That like that part was surprising because he sort of always relied on his wits for defeating people, and so it was like kind of surprising to see him in these fight sequences. And I like that it kind of gave you that old school comic feel with like him calling out exactly what he was going to do. I thought it was really funny. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I just really love with the Scrooge above all character that the art specifically tied to him and the colors and stuff in each
Mm.
scene he um, I really appreciated and like just found very eye catching and um, purposeful. I guess I'll say.
Yeah, yeah. Everything in this book pops. Like, and I kind of want to get it, physical too, because I do want to see what it looks like on pages. But everything on this thing pops. And oh, there we go. Yeah. So here we have, where he says it. He's a Scrooge above all, and he looks almost like a wizard, right? Like he's wearing a cloak, and yeah, he looks tough. He looks tough.
And the
So,
hairs are just all different, and he looks a little more like
yo,
the artwork. I forgot who did this art, but this actually was a couple different artists that did this, right?
I think yeah, and that's the thing. I think that there was multiple people working on them with the panels. That's what I heard. Like I have to dive, but I think that that's what happened.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
see,
sure it
Magic's giving
was.
me the thumbs up. The honeys.
Yeah, one of them I follow, Giada. She worked on that first series of Marvel and Disney 100s. I'm trying to remember because I follow a few of these artists and have spoken with them in DMs, and I'm trying to remember. She is the one artist that I had interviewed from Italy. His wife, I think it might be his wife, or it's just another person, and they all sort of work together. But a lot of these artists for these comics, the What If, specifically with Disney tied to Marvel, a lot of them are Italian artists because they've been
Mm,
doing Disney comics for decades. So I think it's really cool that they're using them for the art.
nice. And I
But
think it's. Mm-hmm.
how hard is that to like literally start something and have someone finish a certain portion of it?
That's
And
what I was gonna
it's not like I'm
say.
just
Yeah.
drawing everything and then say here color it. To actually have my art mesh with yours, like okay, this guy's the airplane guy. He's great at airplanes. This guy, you do the land, like that is crazy,
But
honestly.
also too
So
to have it flow so seamless.
yeah,
Like it
exactly.
doesn't it doesn't feel like it's multiple people.
Yes, feels like one person.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. All right. So yeah. So he ends up taking the money. He knocks Scrooge down, and Scrooge is falling. And actually, Scrooge and I'm talking about main line Scrooge. So good Scrooge. He's falling, and he thinks he's gonna die. Thinks he's gonna die. And Huey, Dewey, and Louie in the jet, they actually come and scoop him right before he hits the ground, and grab him, and then they're off. So from there, they kind of like figure out what's going on, and they go to see someone named Gyro, and kind of get an understanding of, well, who is this evil Scrooge or Scrooge above all that literally came out of the blue. And it's funny, like, and here's where the cartoony parts of it comes in, right? Because while they're talking, you have Huey, Dewey, and Louie sitting, and they're like, oh, well, this is the multiverse, and we can find it right here in the Junior Woodchuck guidebook. And if you if you watch Ducktales, that was like the solution to everything. Like the Junior Woodchuck guidebook had the answers to everything, and apparently now it has the answers to the multiverse, too. But so they're talking to Gizmo, and they find out a little bit about it, and he's telling them that you need to have something that's a constant in order to enter into these different worlds. And at first they were like, oh, well, maybe it's the dime. And that's when Scrooge pretty much points out that well, the dime was never really significant or lucky. It was more so just a symbol of 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 my first amount of money and what I strove to achieve, as far as just, so ultimately the constant was Scrooge himself. And that kind of like opened up the portal so that way they can get into to try and get his riches back. But this little scene with I guess I could call it exposition, right? What did you think of that?
Oh, I thought it was great. Even with how you said like how he's like, let me open up the manual to see like that.
The
See,
Woodchuck
this is
guidebook.
why yeah, the which those are the things that we can't judge this the same way we would do a regular comic because we've done a couple one shots, and to me, this was like, I'm just gonna say it right now, this was like the most complete and most satisfying one shot
Mm-hmm.
because it has the humor, it has the like, wait, hold on, yeah, we're in this story right now, but we're in a multiverse. Like let's do this cartoon thing to make this all work out, and it just everything just goes seamlessly. It's funny. It's catchy. We have Scrooge fighting, so it. But that particular scene right there is just funny to me. It added the humor you needed, and it I don't know, everything's tying together very well so far.
Mm. Got it. Got it. Yeah, and the same. I would say the same thing. I would say, when it comes to the one shot aspect of it, and um, like I said, we have reviewed one shots before, right? And not to tie back to the Doom book, which was amazing, amazing artwork, but I didn't feel I gained anything from that story. I felt like it started where it pretty much ended. And there's a lot of even though yes it's cartoony, right? There's a lot of storytelling that goes on as far as to ultimately teach a lesson, which we'll find out at the end. But even this little exposition and stuff like that, right? The secret being Scrooge, that's telling as far as what down the line, what may happen. But X Magic, did you guys want to highlight on this scene before we move on to the next?
Go ahead, Magic.
No, I would say you guys covered everything pretty well. I'm itching to get into variant discussion.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this, Magic. Do you wish you had a Junior Woodchuck guidebook?
What kind of question is that? Don't we all? Isn't that something like we should have in our homes?
Seems so. See, it looks like it's got 5 pages, but apparently those 5 pages has the secrets to the universe.
The secret
Um,
of life itself.
there you go. There you go. So yeah, so they open the portal, and then from there, the next scene, you see a whole bunch of portals, right, and things popping out, right, shadowy figures popping out, and you see this. This feels like you're going into the Scrooge above's all's world, and you realize that, right? You realize that the world is pretty much overrun by crime. The Beagle Boys are, taking over and making everyone live in fear. The Scrooge above's alls, his money vault is huge. Like it's going into the sky, going into the clouds, and they said it's even blocking out the sun, and that's why everything is so dark in their world. Um, so when you look at as far as why, it's because he has all of their money vaults all in there. And he's just been storing up, vaults across the multiverse to become the richest Scrooge of them all.
Can I
So
tell
then
you
you,
what that scene reminded
hmm
me of real quick? It
yeah, yeah.
reminded me of Back to the Future and Biff's Casino and all the motorcycle gangs outside and everything. When I saw that, it totally reminded me of that.
Oh, with the Beagle Boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it did. It did have that kind of like almost cyberpunk vibe to it and everything like that, or futuristic type of yeah, with the gangs. Um, yeah. Did you? What did you guys think of Scrooge's World, excerpt book?
I mean, I think it like Magic said, it did remind me of Back to the Future for a minute too. It was a couple things that actually I did think of Back to the Future on, but it just I think I would just be repeating myself, but
Hmm.
everything as far as the role it's they stuck to the character, but also they gave us that multiversal theme on top of it makes it even more funnier, and it drives the point home even more.
Hmm.
So, like I said, just a lot of appreciation for how they thought about, making this character something new, but keep staying true to like who he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like I did enjoy him stacking his bolts up, so high it blocks out. Like it's just I don't know. They did very well so far. So
Yeah.
far, very well.
I think it's like a testament to this Scrooge, right? This Scrooge's world or this Scrooge's universe, and how dark it is, as opposed to the other Scrooge in the main line. And we were just highlighting on how beautiful the artwork and stuff. Which I mean, obviously the artwork is still beautiful, but it's very different as far as the vibrance in the colors. But going to because I know Magic was eager to get into the whole multiverse shenanigans and everything like that. So we see what Scrooge did. So he entered into the portal to go after Scrooge above all, but he brought friends with him, and you see a whole bunch of different Scrooges from different time frames and different ages. You see like a little baby Scrooge in there too, and one riding a Simba. At least I think it's Simba.
My two favorites.
There you go, Scrooge and Simba. So they come in there, and there is an all-out brawl. And once again, going back to like the Marvel ties and stuff like that, because this book is action-packed, and they're fighting. They're fighting the Beagle Boys, and then Scrooge above all ends up showing up, and now there's a huge fight against him. So hold on real quick before we go to there. The initial part of the brawl and seeing all these different Scrooges. Did you guys want to highlight on that before we get into the secret weapon that they bring out?
I want to speak on two, if that's okay.
Okay.
Sorry. So yeah, the one riding the lion, I just loved. I'm like, that's so random, but I'm here for it. And I'm like, ooh, is this like a Lion King shout out? Okay. And then I really was taken by the young Scrooge because, and I could be wrong, but for me, what I took out of that is the Scrooge who earned his first dime and was like the
Ooh.
yeah
Mm.
was like the story for who Scrooge became. That young Scrooge was symbolic of him earning his first dime. So that one like just stood out to me the most.
Got it.
Wow, that was a great tie-in. That Scrooge you probably don't want to mess with. He's coming back for his first dime. That yeah, that one's serious. But there's also a Scrooge in there that's like an astronaut kind of. And what I was reading is that there's a concept where he thought about taking his money to outer space so no one else can get it. And I thought that was hilarious too, because I'm like, yo, this guy stops at nothing so no one else can have his riches. It's totally ridiculous, but I get it. So, yeah, I mean,
Mm.
that's cool. That's crazy.
Mm. So so once actually, did you want to add anything before I go on? Or are you good?
No, I think I'm good. I mean, I just feel like this is really cool fan service. This
Mm-hmm.
part of it, I definitely felt a little left out, like not coming up on the Ducktales, like not knowing all the references. But it did make me feel like Disney with the comic books, like they could do a lot of really cool like crossover type things. Real subtle nods to like things here and there. Because I like seeing the Disney like Infinity stuff where it's like different variations of like Sully and like what was that game book? Do you remember when we were playing it? It made me think of that. This I think it's called Disney Infinity or something like that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot the name, but I know what you're talking about for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it would be cool if there was like a comic book with something like that. But yeah, I really like the. It just made me think of all the possibilities of like Easter eggs that Disney could like throw in with different books.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and speaking of Easter eggs, right? Like we even have so there's a lot of Marvel stuff in here. There's a lot. I mean, they even referenced Thor's hammer earlier, and I forgot to mention the exposition. But here, so while they're when the Scrooge above all comes in, right, and he's using his magic to start fighting against the other Scrooges. It looks like the other Scrooges are in trouble. Like he's burying Scrooge's face in the gold, which looks funny. Um, but yeah, but yeah, he's washing them, and then you have this Council of Gyros, which is so Marvel, right? But you have the Council of Gyros, and they're like, all right, bring in the secret weapon, and the secret weapon is a whole bunch of Donalds, and they even made a joke. They had him. What did they say that they made him do? They made him try to fix a car right before bringing them in. So he was tight because he couldn't fix it. So they brought him at his peak anger, and then you have a whole bunch of Donalds come in, and they start washing the Beagle Boys, and now the tides start changing. Um,
The, bringing in the Donald is crazy. Like, I'm sorry, I always like Donald. Donald is our guy, man.
Yo, Donald's is gonna be on Hot Ones. I think the episode came out today. I don't know if anybody watches the Hot Ones on YouTube, but he's actually I haven't seen it yet, but it's gonna be really interesting to see. Like Hot Ones is such a fire show, but yeah.
I gotta check. I've never heard of that.
You
Oh,
never heard of Hot Ones,
I
bro?
it's
haven't.
so
That's
good.
crazy. Wow.
Wait, what is it?
It's basically like a YouTube series where they interview this guy, the host. He interviews celebrities, and they eat like hot wings, and they start from mild,
Oh,
and then they
okay.
go
No,
all the
I
way up.
seen that. Okay, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
Yeah.
that. I've seen that.
So Donald Duck is the guest of this week. Like he's animated and everything. So it's
Really?
I haven't yeah I haven't watched the episode yet, but it looks hilarious.
You know he's
Okay.
gonna get pissed off. That's the thing.
Some
That's the
some
funny
really
thing.
good honorable mention episodes like Shaq did had a really good episode. Um, it's so many people. It's so many people. Will Smith was just
Idris
on there. That
Elba.
was a pretty big one.
I feel you.
There was a couple people. Yeah, yeah. That guy makes money.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta check it out because that actually sounds interesting. But now I've seen a few others like with different celebrities. But all right, cool. So yeah, so the Donalds come, they pretty much turn the tide, and they end up beating the or the good Scrooge that we know ends up beating the and along with the other Scrooges ends up beating the Scrooge above all, and he comes to the realization the same thing that the Scrooge that we know, already knew is that the dimes that he's been collecting and stuff like that, um, weren't, they were just symbolic of, where he started. But the one thing that he was missing, because remember at the beginning of the story, this whole thing started him collecting all of these things, all the riches in his world, and then going to different worlds and trying to collect riches because he felt like he was missing something. And the one thing that he was missing was where the story deviated, and that was his family, that was his loved ones. So even though he called himself the richest Scrooge of them all, he was actually the poorest. Because that story didn't play out where Donald and Huey were supposed to meet up with him, and he never got to form that bond with his family. And that's what he was lacking throughout his whole life. And he comes to that realization. Um, so then after that, obviously, like they set everything up. Everyone gets their money back, and it ends with kind of like them seeing a whole bunch of Donalds fighting and stuff like that as a gag. But overall, like that ending. Well, let me ask you guys, what did you guys think of kind of like how this wrapped up and the overall theme or message behind it? Because Magic, you spoke of like the message too in that word.
Yeah, I think the message was overall. I'll leave space for someone else to say something too, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the message was overall clean. Very as most of these these stories that we watched or TV shows that we watched when we kids leaves you with a little something to think about. Maybe not in that time, so we're a little bit older, we can catch on to it a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
But that's definitely what I feel like if my daughters were to read this, that they would leave them with a little something to think about. They may not get it now, but maybe later. So it's definitely gems in there, and as well entertainment. As like you said, the Donalds are left over arguing and fighting. So I think as they're giving you the jewel, they're giving you the entertainment value and the jokes at the same time, and that makes it keeps it where it's supposed to be. And I think they maintained that throughout the whole story. Like they kept it where it was supposed to be, and yeah, they add a Marvel element, but they didn't do too much. It was honestly damn near perfect story and a
Mm-hmm.
great way to end it.
Okay. Okay. Magic X. What did you guys think of the ending of this and the overarching message?
So I want to say that I first off was very surprised by the ending because I thought, just all of the Scrooges together were going to be able to, defeat the enemy. And so Donald coming out of nowhere, I was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. I thought that was really cool. And
Mm-hmm.
I was talking earlier with Casual about this book because he read it too. And it's really clever them doing this as well because it's Donald's 90th. So it's like sort of, homage to Donald and celebrating, his 90th. And I think that's probably why he's also on Hot Ones. Like they're really trying to show the Donald some
Oh,
love.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
So, and then, yeah, I like that it, overall bringing in Donald helps tie it all nicely together with, it being not about the dimes and not about the money, but being about family. And like, family had his back. Like, the money didn't save him, his family saved him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of, relates back to the FA Scrooge story of just, family being more important than physical things. So I liked that.
True. 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 X, did you have any comments on it? D and D.
Nah, that was very well said. I mean, I guess you could say that they had to sprinkle a little Disney magic in there at the end, right?
They did. They did. They did. Um, yeah, and that goes back to like what I was saying as far as like so for me like a one shot. If you're gonna do something that's a one shot, I have to feel a sense of like completion at the end, right? Like I have to feel a sense of because oh hold on, let me bring up casual real quick. But you're limited in time, right? And it's not going to continue. So I have to feel that type of resolution. Let me say what's up to casual because once again, this is a open space for anyone that anyone that's read the book can come in and talk and weigh in on the conversation. Um,
And remind them too, emoji. Remind them it's
oh yeah,
120
yeah, yeah.
people here.
Oh, we
Let them
got we
know.
got what? Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. Yo, once again, we will be doing a giveaway for a random Veve digital collectible that actually starts in about 4 minutes. So make sure you have reposted the live stream. It's pinned to the top of the space if you're in spaces. But the live stream, which is the visual component, not the space. If you are on YouTube or if you're on Twitch, make sure to jump over and check out my Twitter handle at official emoji. It is up on the screen right now. Make sure you spell emoji with two eyes at official emoji. And once again, just repost the live stream. Um, Everyone is checking out the visual component. It's this one right here, the one that says live. 120 viewers. Let's go. All right, casual. What's good, bro? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Great book, great space.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You did read it already, right? So you
Yep.
all right. You trying to weigh in. What was your thoughts of this? Because we're pretty much wrapping it up. We're at the ending now. So what was your thoughts of going through this?
Yeah, it's a great little package. It's a great starting point for anybody wanting to get into Disney comics. Definitely makes me want to go back and read some of those older stories. I actually do have some old Scrooge comics from my childhood that I didn't even read back then. I just I might have flipped through them, but no, this is a beautiful book. The art was amazing. I can't agree with you guys more. Um, and I'm the type of guy like I'll read a page, read a couple pages, and I'll kind of like flip back, make sure I got it all, And there's a lot to this book, a lot to look at. In terms of the art styles, like one of the first pages there, it lists all the different artists, so they all have like a chapter kind of in this story. And if you really look at the art, you can kind of tell a difference in the art style. I mean, it's still pretty
Mm-hmm.
fluid, but I mean, I love it. I think they did a great job. And the whole opening letter, and then there's a bunch of closing stuff where the artists are going through their favorite Scrooge comics. I mean, this is like a total
Mm-hmm.
package. Definitely recommend it.
Yeah, this is kind. It feels like a love letter, right? Like a love letter to Scrooge and people that definitely have read Scrooge throughout the years and have had the opportunity to now kind of like work on it in this vein. There was a lot of like attention to just even specifics things about the storyline and stuff like that. Because I think Gyro was like a character for the comics. I don't know if Gyro was in Ducktales or not. I mean, you
Yeah, he
actually do
was.
have. He was in Ducktales. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. But I probably just don't remember them. But but yeah, even other things like I think that they did a lot of nods to the comics and stuff. So
The other thing is
mhm.
this book is going to, it's leading into like the What If series. It started with the
Mm,
covers, with the Disney 100 covers, and this is the big jump off point. I mean, I pre-ordered this book. They were really hyping it. They got all the great cover artists on, doing variants. I mean, I'm really bullish on this book. I just think this is the beginning, the reinvigoration of Disney Comics.
The variants, you're right. We didn't even bring that up. The variants are crazy.
yeah, yeah. Magic, what's up?
Yeah, casual was actually just kind of led into exactly what I wanted to say. And my biggest gripe, and what I heard from other fans alike, was that when they did this first What If series with the cover variants of all the old school books, Amazing Spider-Man #1, all Hulk, all those, right? Secret
Mm-hmm.
Wars. We all loved these covers, but so many people were so disappointed that they didn't do variations of the stories. If you open the book itself, it's the original book and original story, and we're like, oh man, it's like just such a missed
Oh.
opportunity
Mm-hmm.
by Disney and Marvel to not recreate these, even if it was the same story, but the art is all with the Disney characters.
Disney
It would have
stuff.
been
Yeah.
right. It would have been so cool. um so it's amazing to see that maybe they got that feedback back, or maybe that was this, the first set was just sort of a test run, like, are people going to be interested in this, and they already had these books planned. But it's amazing to see them actually doing what if, you know stories with the inside art being Disney. Now this multiverse thing, so I'm just really happy that they're taking it there, and I hope we get to see more of this stuff, because I think it's fun.
For sure, for sure, for sure. All right. So what we'll do from here, actually, I just want to show everyone too. So if you look at the screens at the live stream, this is the original book is in this book too. So if you get the book, you'll get both the what if scenario, which is what we just reviewed, but you'll get the original story of what was supposed to happen with Donald and Huey, Dewey, and Louie visiting Scrooge, and that is Donald Duck Christmas on Bear Mountain. And once again, this is actually the first appearance of Scrooge. So this was how Scrooge was introduced in the, I was about to say MCU, but in, I guess, Disney lore. Um, so if you want to check that out, you kind of get a two for one bundle. But all right, so what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna go. Let me just set this up real quick. But we're gonna go over to I think the Discord is open. Let me just check and see, make sure Swampy opened that up. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Where is it? Okay, it should be starting soon. Um, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up. We're gonna jump over to the Discord. I'm gonna put a link in the in the space, so it'll be simple as just clicking a button to get in. But oh wait, hold on. I think I could start it. Or can I? Get. Hold on. Let me try exiting out and coming back. Medium on stage. Speak on stage. I'm not seeing myself. Huh. Hold on real quick. Let me see. Let me check on this end. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
It looks like
Looks
I'm
like
on.
I'm on.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna
I'm gonna
put
put
the link.
the
Just give
link.
me a
Just give
sec.
me a sec.
All right. It is pinned to the top.
Yo.
Everyone should be able to hear me. Testing, 1, 2. Testing.
Yo. Here you go. You sound good.
Okay, cool. All right. So Book, if you could just come up to the over to the Discord, Magic, Casual too. If you want to weigh in on the review, just click the link at the top for the Discord, and it'll jump you right in.
So we leave this space, right?
Yeah. You just
Okay.
click the yeah, or put yourself on mute. You don't have to leave. Just put yourself on mute. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The Magic will be over here. Book, you're good.
Yeah, I'm on stage.
Okay. All right. We're good. So for everyone that's in the audience, that's on X. Once again, we are doing a giveaway for a random Veve digital collectible, but it's going to be in the Veve Discord. So make sure to click the link. It is pinned to the top, so that way you can jump in. And there is a giveaway bot, running. So make sure you click. I'll show the visual for it. Make sure you click the giveaway bot, this little party icon, so that way it's there. Wait, where is the giveaway bot? I don't see the giveaway bot. Okay.
Casual BB Magic, if you guys want to request, I can bring you up on stage.
Magic should be able to get up because she's a mod. All right, so there's no giveaway bot yet. I see Magic's hand up. If she's having issues getting up, can one of y'all bring her up? For some reason, it's not letting me.
There we go.
There we go.
There we
All
go.
right.
Okay, cool.
Took me a minute.
All right. So we got everyone safe. I thought the bot ran at 8:15, or maybe it's 8:30.
Usually.
It's 8:15. Yeah, I thought it was 8:15, right?
Yeah, usually. With
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get in touch with Swampy. But in the
He's here now.
He's in the. Oh, he was listening. Oh, there he is. Swampy's here.
Oh, he's here. Okay. All right. So, okay, he started it. So the giveaway spot should be there. So for everyone, once again, for everyone that's in the space, we are doing a giveaway for a Veve digital collectible, random Veve digital collectible. Qualifications: you have to have reposted the live stream on X, and you have to be in the Discord and click the giveaway bot when it pops up. I think Swampy's working on that now. Yeah, he's working on it now. So, and then the third one is you have to be KYC. But yeah, so for everyone in the space, you can click the Discord link that's pinned to the top. If you are on YouTube or on Twitch, once again, just make sure you repost the X live stream from official emoji 2 eyes and jump over to the Discord. If you want to know how to get to the Discord, use the QR code or vv.me, and the Discord link is on their website, and you can access it through there. All right, so now we're getting to the reviews, where we're going to pretty much give our overall thought on this, and gonna rank it. We'll give it a score from 1 to 10. Now, for anyone that may be new as far as how we score these, I have a little different scoring system because I find that like the typical scoring system that you have like in school, it only allows for like 3 numbers and everything else is bad. So for the audience, I'll let you guys know what the scoring system are. So starting from 5. Pull up. There we go. Starting from 5. So 5 pretty much means that the book is mid. You don't love it, you don't hate it. It is what it is. It's meant, right? Um, Going up from there, 6 is above average. Oh, also to let everyone know, the giveaway bot is up. Giveaway spot is up now. 6 above average. 7 means that we rock with it. 8 means we rock with it heavy. 9 is the book is lit. And 10 is this book is perfect. It is immaculate. It is a gift from the heavens. It is chef's kiss. Mwah. Um, there's nothing that can be improved. It's just amazing, right? Going down from 5, 4 is not really feeling it. 3 is the book is kind of ass. 2 is the book is basura, straight trash. And 1 is do not read this book. We are warning you. This will cause you post traumatic stress. This is detrimental to your health. Do not read this book. So that is the scoring system that we have that we're using for this. So we're gonna go around for everyone on stage. We're gonna save Magic for last because she is our guest. And I want to give her the pressure to kind of like turning the sides if it's divisive. But other than that, who wants to go first on their overall review, and then also
As
giving?
always, I'll kick it off.
You gonna go first?
So,
All right.
yeah. I'll just get right to it. Like I said, I think that the book is actually the best one shot we've read, and I'm also grading it that way because of the fact that it's a Disney story. So I'm not gonna grade it for its, like if something that doesn't add up, if they're not being realistic about something, So this book is supposed to do that because it's cartoon. So I think if it missed those elements, then I would have to dock it. The fact that they hit on those elements, as far as like having I forgot the name of the book. What's the book again? Help me out, emoji.
What, Doom?
No, the book that they had in this, the book, the woodchuck.
The Donald Duck Christmas on Bear Mountain?
No, the woodchuck book. You know what I'm talking about. The book that got them to get the portal open. What's the book he referred to?
The Junior Woodchuck Guide book.
Yeah, the Junior Woodchuck Guide. So things like that, elements like that come out of the clear blue that helps them get to their destination and ultimately defeat the villain who was himself, Scrooge, which was a great touch to Donald, everything of that nature, and the fact that I'm going to give it more points for including the other story because this is a bonus that they didn't have to do that, but they did do that. They tied everything in beautifully. And it was a hell of a story. So for that, before we reviewed it, I was gonna say I gave it a 7, but this always happens when we do great reviews and we have great guests come up and casual adding his point. 1 second, I'm gonna give it a 9.
Oh, you're saying it's lit
all the way.
Oh, okay. All right, there we go. We got a 9 from Bug. All right, who wants to go next between X or Casual?
I'm gonna go quick. Sorry, Casual. I'm just gonna go quick. I gotta bounce a little bit. My phone's dying. I really like this book a lot. The artwork just carried it. I will say, the fact that, like how I mentioned earlier, I wish I was more in tune with the DuckTales lore and everything. So I can't really go super hard. But I did rock with it. So for that, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
Okay, cool. All right, so from
nice.
Why was not saving? Okay. Book 9 and X 8. All right, Casual, you're up.
Yeah, so this is my nostalgia, and also I do hold maybe 5 on Veve and 3 physicals, so I do want to say that discretion, and I will say this is a 9 for me because it's a great little package, and also it gets you excited about the future because what's going on in this Disney multiverse? Will someday, this is my quick speculation, will someday Scrooge pop into the MCU with Iron Man and stuff? You know, you never know what the hell's going to happen, but I think Disney is brewing. Let's go. This is a 9, baby.
All right. Okay. Okay. See, I see it. All right. All right. I'm gonna go next, and then we're gonna let Magic have the deciding vote. But before I do that, I just want to let everyone know that is here. So far we have we've got 9 reposts on the live stream, and we have 7 entries on the Discord side for the Veve digital collectible. So very good odds. Very good odds. For those that haven't entered yet. All right. So for me, I did, grow up watching DuckTales, so I do have that background, right? So certain things like, with Duckburg and with the characters and things like that, like it takes me back to my childhood. So I do have that background. But I do have to say also, reading the original story, like the original FA Scrooge story, helped a lot because that to me was the crux of the message that they were trying to show, right? The deviation in the storyline was literally one of the most pivotal parts of his life, and that's him developing the bond with his family, right? So having a story kind of like that separates there that point and seeing what Scrooge ends up turning into. And I thought it was really cool. I thought it was cool. And it was very Disney. It was very kind of like centering on, values, what's important, um, and things that matter, right? So, he goes through this whole journey, and it kind of like it reminds me of because I mean Scrooge has played this role before, right? Scrooge has played this role, even if you saw the what's that? What's that story? A Christmas? Is it Christmas story or with Ebenezer Scrooge? They had like a Disney version where Scrooge McDuck played that. And now,
I know what you're talking about, though.
you know what I'm talking about, yeah. So it was the same thing, right? Where he kind of like realized what was most important in his life, and him closing people off, he missed out on a lot. So similar in that, but this definitely took more of a Marvel tone with the action and with the fighting and visually was amazing. I'd say probably this is visually one of the best comics for me that we've ever covered. Um, Doom, coincidentally, Doom also was one of my favorite visual comics. I just didn't like it, story, but but this one, yeah, visually it was amazing. I thought it was a really good narrative. I thought it's perfect for if you're, reading it to a child, to teach them a lesson, and that's kind of like the merit that I'm going off of, right? Like as far as with the children's book, and and how does it kind of like complete that picture? So for me, um, this is a one shot. It's contained. It's self-contained. There doesn't need to be any more, and I felt like it did that perfectly. I don't. I can't think of anything, in all honesty, for what this book is that it could have done better. Um, I feel complete for the end of it. So for that, I'm gonna say I give this book think I think I'm gonna say I rock with it heavy. I think I'm gonna say I rock with it heavy, which means I'm giving it an 8. So yeah, to the score and
The pressure's on.
our final. So Book, hold on, Book gave it a 9. X gave it. He gave it an 8 too, right? Yeah,
He gave it an 8. Yep.
gave it an 8. Casual gave it a 9.
9s and 2 8s.
I gave it an 8. And the final one is Magic. Magic, tell us what you thought of it. Break it down for us. And at the end, you can give us your score.
All right. I do have to be brief because I have to leave my house like in 5 minutes or less. So
No
it's
worries.
not going to be a very long review. And I'll lose connection when I walk out. So if I dip, that's why. So loved the scenario. I loved the story. I loved the art. I loved the ending. And maybe this is because I'm not an avid comic book reader. For me, this story had bits and pieces that for me was a little hard to follow. Like I felt like I needed to go back and read it again. Whereas the older book at the end, that read very much just like a children's book to me. Like it was very easy to follow, very easy to stay gelled with. So there was just that little bit where I would kind of be like, okay, wait, what's going on? Let me go back. For that reason, I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay, all right. But I mean, it's good. It means you rock with it heavy.
Yeah, no,
So
I really enjoyed it. But it would have been a 9 for me if it was just a little bit easier for me to follow along with.
got it.
I don't
So that's
disagree, you guys.
what happened?
I was going to say I kind of agree with you on that, Magic, too, because some of the writing, it might be a little bit harder, even for like younger people, I feel like, because they use some like, interesting words that maybe aren't, maybe Gen Z won't, understand. But no, it's, yeah, I totally agree with you guys, but I stick with my 9, but I agree with your guys' 8 as well. Good points.
All right. Well, that gives us a total score of, and this is actually really close. Like I think Magic, depending on what she would have given it, would have affected this whole score. But it gives us a. Can y'all hear my drum roll? A little bit. No. Oh, okay. Anyway, it gives us a 8.4, which is just 1 point away from rounding up. If it was an 8.5, it would have rounded up to a 9. But it's an 8.4, which means that we rock with it heavy. And that's going to be the score for it. I'll post that at the end of the space. I'll post it to the live stream. But I think that's fair. I think it's fair for the score. 8.
No, that's more than fair. That's more than fair. That's what I was gonna go. I was gonna go around a 7 or 8 to start with, but after viewing the whole package, that's why I bumped it a little bit because there was a lot of thought that went into it. So I wanted to give it more for that. But yeah, that's a good score either way. Great score.
I see someone in the chat. They asked, "What's the name of the book?" It's Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime. So it's a what if scenario based off of his first appearance on Donald Duck, Christmas on Bear Mountain. But
Do we have a winner? Do we have a winner?
not yet. We still got
here.
a few more minutes.
Okay.
I think it closes at 8:45. Unless let me check and see real quick.
Hey guys, I gotta jump.
You gonna head out, Magic?
Yeah. But thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Magic, thank you for coming through. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Anytime, Magic. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, you guys did an awesome job. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, so we got 11 entries. So once again, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you repost the live stream on X and hop over to Discord and click the giveaway bot button. It's a little party icon. If you're interested in winning a VV digital collectible for our giveaway for today. But in the meantime, wait, man, I don't think I can talk about this. We can talk about it afterward. Um, Mario has been pretty interesting. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
What'd you say? My bad. I went over to X and then you picked up from there, so it blanked out.
Oh,
Yeah, I canceled out on
you're not
X.
hearing
So
it on Discord?
no, what happened was I went back into X and I forgot I was still in the chat, so it went to that. But when I just like X'd out of that, and then when I came back, you kind of just picked the audio, just picked up when you said, "Did you hear me?" So
Oh,
yeah, I didn't
got
hear
it,
what you
got
said.
it, got
Yeah. What'd you say though?
it. I was saying Mario's been pretty interesting, but we'll talk about it on the other side of things once we close up. Once we close up here.
Nah, why'd you even remind me of that? Now, yeah, that song is. I think I seen the thing like 2 days ago. I was crying. I was like, "This is too much. This dude's gonna get sued."
I was running that back on repeat, bro. That junk is a banger. That junk is a banger. But yeah. Yeah, I'm laughing at these bits for. I'm still surprised you didn't watch DuckTales.
Nah, I mean, like I've seen it, but it wasn't like if okay. Let's put it like this. If that was on and say like Johnny Bravo or even like let's say like Powerpuff Girls or anything like that was on, I was like into that. Like I was watching those like Cartoon Network shows and stuff like that. So like if it's gonna be out of that, I was watching that. And yeah, the Powerpuff Girls was fire, so nobody can say it wasn't because
It was.
that.
It was. I love the Powerpuff Girls. But I feel like that was later though. Like
No, it was, but I mean like they still were playing them like and you know it would still come on, but I wouldn't because I feel like the show they dropped like they were dropping consistent like episodes and stuff. It wasn't like it was like all old stuff. Like it's old, but I'm pretty sure they had pretty modern episodes, or maybe they were reruns. I don't know, but I wasn't heavy into it. But I definitely watched more than enough episodes. But it wasn't like a if that came on, I definitely went to the TV guide to see what else was on before I actually settled into that.
yeah, I mean they did rerun them a lot because even when I was watching them, it was all like rerun. I don't think I watched it as it aired. I think it was a little too old for me. But the Disney afternoon, they ran them.
Yeah, like if you look at like the GIF Swampy posted in the chat, that animation looks way more brushed up than the one that let's say like Veve Wills posted. The one Veve Wills posted, I definitely see that. That was older, but there's like newer animation that looks a little bit more crispier.
Oh
So
yeah.
so that's what I said. I'm sure that they had like newer things come out like in 2003 and stuff like that. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
you're right. They did have a remake, I guess you could say.
Yes.
And then they also had, I don't know if you remember this, but they had a show called Quack Pack that was
Yes.
Donald
Yeah.
with Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yep.
But they were like
Yep.
older. They were like Max's age when Max was in the Goofy movie.
Exactly. So for me, like I don't know. I wanted more of that like that like that like 10, 11-year-old content like when you're like the Johnny Bravos and the like the subject matter is a little bit more like more I don't want to say mature because it's cartoons, but a little bit more mature than the DuckTales. I feel like that was more like a like for me at least that's what that was my perception of it. But yeah, like the Johnny Bravos and the Dexters and all that stuff, that was my stuff right there. So I had to choose, can't watch it all.
I feel you. It looks like we have selection. Oh, here we go. All right. Let me do my checking real quick. Oh, I'm gonna pull it up on the thing real quick. Just give me 1 sec. Let's switch over.
We have a winner.
I'm not gonna say anything real quick while I check this because there's gonna be an echo if I do this. So I'm just gonna check to make sure that the quality of things work. Give me 1 sec. All right. I see the reposts. Are they in the let me just oh, here we go. Kermit, are you available? Can you come on stage? Raise your hand if you're able to come on stage. Oh, I see the hand raised. Bring you up. All right, Kerm, can you hear me? Kerm, your mic is muted.
Nah, that's a joke. You can hear her.
Wait, no, it's muted. You can hear her?
She definitely spoke.
All right, it's cool. It's all right. I
Wait,
just
wait,
have
wait.
one question for
I
you.
hear her right now. You could not just hear what she just said.
No, I don't hear her.
All right, I'll be the mediator because this is ridiculous.
One question for you, Kerm. Are you KYC verified?
Put a thumbs up if
Well, she can't thumbs up in here. Say it in the chat. Say it in the chat. Say it in the chat. Oh, Swampy confirmed she is. Yes, she said yes. Yes, I am. All right. Well, there you go. You have reposted the live stream. You are here. You are KYC verified. And you have won our giveaway for a random Veve digital collectible. Congratulations.
Congrats.
So Casey and Swampy just posted a link to. Just open a Get Help ticket and let them know that you won. And then they'll take care of you on the Discord side. The only thing that I do that I would ask, if possible, we would appreciate it. Because we do want to celebrate your W and celebrate your win. So once you do drop your gift, which typically does happen Sunday or Monday, it does take some time to get over to you. But once you do get that, if you can make a post about it, tag me in it, or you can tag us in it, because we would love to know what you got. I'm gonna.
Yeah, she said it sounds good. Thank you.
Good?
She appreciates it. Yeah. You gotta update your stuff, man. Why are you doing it?
I don't know. It's weird. It's like
she says, it's only her. That's what she said too. It's only her, and she doesn't appreciate it. So,
I'm telling you, it's the truth. Like when you go back on the live stream, you'll see nobody on the live stream could hear. It's weird. It's like I don't know, but it's cool. We got it working. Yeah. But yes, thank you, Kerm. Thank you for coming through. Congrats again. And thank everyone. Thank everyone that came through, that's on X, that's in the Discord right now, that's on YouTube, Twitch. Appreciate all you guys. We're going to jump back over into the space because I have a few more things to talk about. But once again, Swampy, Discord team, thank you guys for making this happen. Appreciate you guys. And we'll return next week. I think that's it on this side, right?
Yeah, we're good. Good. Appreciate everybody for coming through. We're good.
Cool. All right, so meet me back over on X, and I'll chop it up with you.
Cool.
back over at X. I think you guys can hear me. Just waiting for Book to get over here. Oh man. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I wanted to run a song before we close out. Anyone that wants to come on stage too, actually feel free to come on stage. But so you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna just do this. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? So everyone in the space, you can feel free to check the live stream at the top. I'm gonna close out to this song. It's been all over my feed for a minute, so I just want to highlight an interesting song. So
Please let me the weed, you don't know I don't think so. Why? What you saying,
don't play yet. Don't say no. Hold on. All right. So once again, everyone on the live stream, feel free to pin up to go to the top of the live stream, turn your sound on. We're gonna end it here. Thank you again, everyone that came through. Appreciate you guys, and we'll rock with y'all next week. We do this every here, Bug. Yo, Bug, you hear me?
Yo.
Yo.
Yep.
So I'm about to close out. But
Nah,
I'm
all
just
good,
gonna
bro.
run this song. I'm gonna run this song on the live stream.
All right, bro. All right,
So everyone in the space, feel free to check the live stream, turn the sound on, and I appreciate everyone coming through. Once again, we do this every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank y'all for dropping in, and we'll see y'all next week. And shout out to Veve Magic for coming through, and shout out Kern for winning the giveaway. So here we go.
Say me Mario, please let me the weed, you don't know I don't think so. Why? What you saying, bro? That bitch is a Luigi. Why you out of sleeping? She be creeping on the low. Who said this? Everybody knows. Oh Mario, don't save her. She's for the streets. Don't save her. Don't save her. Please don't leave me alone. Don't save her. She even gave me the tool. Don't save her. What? Say me Mario, please let me the weed. You don't know I don't think so. Why? What you saying, bro? That bitch is a Luigi. Why you out of sleeping? She be creeping on the low. Who said this? Everybody knows. Don't save her. Don't save her. She won't ever record. Turn the truth let her gaslight. She ain't no victim. She came over last night. Don't save her. She won't ever record. Turn the cheating princess to a housewife. Let her gaslight be lying when you catch her in the headlight. Say me Mario, please let me the weed. You don't know I don't think so. Why? What you saying, bro? That bitch is a Luigi. Why you out of sleeping? She be creeping on the low. Who said this? Everybody knows.
Once again, appreciate y'all for coming through, and I will check back with y'all next week. Take care, everyone. Peace.